guys, this is just a little early for us, but I wanted you to see the pretty flowers that I made. I hope some of you guys are tuned in. Here's a close look up, we'll talk about these later, but here is a close up look at what we got going on. These are our flowers we're gonna make tonight. We've got all sorts of different flowers made of all sorts of different types of paper tonight. If you guys are watching, let me know you're there so I know when I can actually start. I think I'm probably about 3 minutes early. So if anybody's there, let me know. In the meantime, I'm just going to show you what I've been up to. I have been experimenting, making paper flowers. I've experimented with newspapers. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is newspaper I cut up in circles and dyed purple. I have, hi Griselle, I see you there. Thanks for letting me know you're there. Can you guys see what these are? These are actually cupcake liners that we are going to turn into little flowers, or I should say you may one day turn into little flowers. I have another one right here. This one of my favorites. This one's made out of tissue paper. I thought that was really pretty. This is actually what we're going to be making tonight, and this is a coffee filter flower that has been dyed and trimmed and stapled and turned into, can you see that? It's a little peony. Those are my favorite. There's another one. This one's got a little yellow center. I'm going to leave that up to you if you want to put centers in there or not. So, I think it is just about time to start. So it is, I do believe, officially 7 o'clock. So hi everybody, welcome to your library at home. I'm Elda. I'm gonna spend the night with you again making some crafts, and tonight we are going to make coffee filter flowers. If you checked in early, you saw them. If you haven't, this is actually what they look like. Once again, coffee filter flowers. Really, really fun. I had so much fun doing this. Anyways, so what you're gonna need is coffee filters, scissors, a stapler, some food coloring. I found this food coloring. This is actually like neon food coloring, so I actually used the magenta in there, but if you don't have this, I think you can just use your red watered down. So got some warm water in a bowl with food coloring. Warm water will help it absorb better, so I've actually had my water sitting out for a while and it still works. So maybe a cup or two of warm water and maybe 5 to 10 drops of food coloring. Mix it up. I started up with my little popsicle stick. I made a dark pink, a light pink, and then in here I made yellow for the center of our flowers. If you're not a coffee drinker, or if you're a Keurig coffee drinker, or if your coffee maker takes cone-shaped filters, we've got lots of options for you. I actually have a little sample I made here for you of all the different, oh I forgot, I meant to switch this one. Pretend those two are switched right here. Hi Linda, hi Courtney. So here's, like I said, let me switch these really quickly because this is actually not, oops, doesn't work so well without a stand or backwards. I'll just tell you what they are. So right here is the paper I made out of newspaper, or the flower I made out of newspaper. That one I dyed purple, which I think turned out really neat. This one is made out of cupcake liners. This one is actually copy paper. This one is just a paper napkin. And this one I made out of tissue paper. So can you guys see that? All right. So if you don't have coffee filters in your house and you're going to use newspaper or anything like that, the first thing you're going to want to do is just trace a circle, cut a circle. So hi Emma. So I cut out a bunch to start, cut them out in a circle. Same thing with the napkins, everything obviously except for the cupcake liners. Could probably have a lot of fun with cupcake liners if you have, cupcake liners are all sorts of different patterns. All right, so first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get your coffee filters, and you're going to want to, I work in stacks of 6. However, I like my flowers made with 5, but that's up to you. So you're gonna take your coffee filters, just like this. You're going to fold them in half, okay? In half again. Oops. In half again. Can you guys all see this? All right, and then tip, get a little bowl for your scraps, otherwise you'll make a mess. Kind of learned that one the hard way. All right, so I've got it folded like that, okay? And now I'm going to cut it rounded. This is gonna shape the petals of your flowers. So here's my coffee filter, my first stack, it's cut rounded. All right, and my second stack of 6, I'm going to fold the same way, in half, and half again, and again. This time, you're gonna cut it kind of triangular. I'll show you, it's hard to explain. So you're just basically cutting off the corners. You don't wanna round this one. So, you guys can see the difference. That's the triangular one. And here's the rounded one. Now you're gonna have to dip these in dye, and you're gonna have to let them dry, which you can make your flowers wet, but it is a little messy. So what you're gonna wanna do is get your good old cookie sheet drying rack. I put that on top of my cookie sheet, and then I just set them aside to dry. Since it's been cool out, I kind of did have them drying on my heater, which dried really fast. But you can go ahead and make them white and then dip them and let them dry. Experiment. There's really no right or wrong. It's just what you find you like. So I'm gonna take my whole stack of 6, all right? And I'm gonna dip them in, oops, lost my yellow, sorry. I'm gonna take my triangular ones and I'm going to dip them in my darker pink, because this is gonna be the outside of the flower, and I like the outside of the flower to be a little darker than the inside, but that's totally up to you. So literally dip it. I don't mind, my fingers have been pink and purple all week, but if it bothers you, you can wear your gardening gloves. All right, so you can leave your whole stack just like that, crinkled, everything, lay it on your drying rack. And then I'm gonna go with my rounded ones, and I'm gonna dip it in my pink food coloring. Same thing. They do dry faster if you separate them. All right, so here's my pink, rounded corners, light pink. All right, the next one is you're gonna take coffee filters. If you wanna put a center in your flower, that you're gonna dip in yellow. You don't have to cut anything to this now, you'll cut it after it dries. So here's my yellow. All right, I've got all those out to dry right now, and I am going to now show you how to put the flowers together. So I've got a stack of already dried pink ones and a yellow one. So you're gonna wanna take 3 rounded ones. Like I said, I like to use 5. Hi, Nick. I hope you're making flowers with me tonight. Hi, Angela. All right, so I'm gonna take 3 rounded ones and I'm going to alternate them so the peak is in between the petal of the other one. I don't know if you guys can see that. So they're not lined up anymore. I'm gonna take 2 of my triangular ones and I'm gonna do the same thing. Alternate them. All right, we're gonna make a nice neat stack. Set that down for a minute. And now we're gonna make the center. So I'm literally going to cut about 1.5 inch strip of my yellow. I'm gonna start with the center of the coffee filter, and I'm going to fold it in half like this. You can use the whole yellow, but I would leave the rounded until you get a little bit more comfortable. Hi, Lydia. I hope you're making a flower and you send some pictures, and if you are, hi, Sherry. Okay, so we're folding it, kind of like we did the white, and half again. Trim your folds. You're gonna make fringe, so you do not want to trim all the way to the edge. If you can see that, I did not cut all the way to the edge. So you're gonna go through and cut all your corners, and you're going to do this with it. Okay, so it's a little thing. Crinkle it up, just like that. Put it in center of your flower, fold it, staple. So, it's all stapled together, yellow in the center. Now, all you do now is take your first layer like this and literally just crunch. Okay? Go all the way around. Next layer, crunch it. Next layer, crinkle it up. You're basically just creating a ball of flowered coffee tissues, or coffee filters. Okay. Well, the more you make, the more you'll get the idea, hi Chrissy, of how you like your flower. So I found that I really like to crinkle up my edges a little bit because I was trying to make peonies. Yes, you can use tissue paper if you do not have coffee filters. Thanks for asking. You can also use newspaper, copy paper, napkins, and cupcake liners. Or if you have pretty cardstock. Okay, so I just crunched it, and there's my flower. So once you get several of these, I'm going to show you a really fun thing that you can do with them when you have a stack of flowers. We are going to make a wreath, which is, oh, sorry. I was like, where did I put it? Right here. Okay, I did not finish mine because I wanted to show you. So basically, what you're gonna need to make a wreath, kind of from last week when we collected all of our cardboard for our mixed media, literally a cardboard box that I found in my basement, something to trace a big circle with, and something to trace a little circle with. I'm gonna move all my stuff out of the way. So you literally trace your big circle, trace your little circle, okay? So it looks like this. And then just go ahead and cut that out. As you can see, here's the other half of my box. All right. So what I did is I found some ribbon I had laying around and I hot glued my ribbon, both sides, and tied it. And then I'm gonna just really quick grab my glue gun. All right, so I alternated my flowers. So I made some with 6, some with 5. I crunched some a little bit more, so they were skinny and little. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but I rotated my flowers. I kind of snuggled them inside each other all around the edges. And then, I know my glue gun's not gonna be hot enough, but with the flowers that I just made, I'm going to hot glue the rest of them to here. And my hot glue gun is not ready, so just to show you guys what this is going to look like finished, I am actually going to just squeeze these on. You could use, if you don't have hot glue or don't want to use hot glue, I'm pretty sure you could use, white glue. I am actually just using some double stick tape right now. All right. And we're just gonna fill in. This has been a really fun project this week because obviously I can't go get myself flowers. So I decided I was going to make flowers. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I actually made a flower garland that I'm going to send to my daughter because it's her birthday next week and I won't be able to get her flowers or decorations, so I have to make her homemade ones. So she's gonna get some flower garland for her birthday. Okay, so here you go. Here is the finished wreath. All right, which I'm literally gonna hang on my front door. But I also wanted to show you one more quick thing, and then we will wrap it up. I made myself a bouquet, and so I was thinking, I don't have any florist wire, how can I do this? So I just wanted to show you, if you want to be creative and make yourself a vase of flowers, this is just dollar store vase I have laying around. Some Epsom salt in there that I had laying around. I've got a newspaper flower hot glued to a straw. I have I just have to check which ones they are. This one I believe is the coffee filter. This one's glued to a stick I got out of my front yard, or my backyard. This one's actually my favorite. This one is a napkin flower, not dyed. That is on a skewer stick. And then these two are on wire. So, I hope you guys like this craft. I hope that some of you will make some flowers and send some pictures. It's really a lot of fun to do. I'm going to be busy all week. I have stacks of copy paper filters that I have been dyeing, and I am going to make a big bouquet of flowers for my daughter for her birthday. So anyways, thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed your library at home tonight. I hope that you guys can all make some pretty flowers and brighten up your house a little bit. Super easy, inexpensive. You can do it with just about anything. Please send in pictures. And guys, if you have any suggestions of something that you would like to learn, I would be really happy to share it. And I actually just got a message. Yes, Lydia, you use food coloring and warm water. And guys, if you don't have food coloring, remember last week we made markers in water? You can actually use markers soaked in water, or if you have watercolor paint, just pop out the watercolor, mix it around in the little palette, mix it around in water, and you are good to go. All right, guys, thanks for joining. Please share anything that you've made or any suggestions. Bye.